pines still bore shiny nuts, grasses produced seeds, and other plants continued to yield traditional foods. California still provided a livelihood for tens of thousands of Indian people on the eve of conquest by the United States. Smoke curled into the blue skies from underground pomo dance houses north of San Francisco Bay. Modoc paddles dipped quietly into the Tule Lake to propel canoes near the Oregon.
Shabbat Shalom, something I just popped up on the TV, YouTube, while I was looking for something to stay in the spirit. And California Indians, which was the 12 tribes of Israel, there's 10 tribes that came to the so-called New World first. So I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rekha Kodash, and a double honors to the elders and apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone for enduring, laboring, pushing in the footsteps of the prophets of old. Now, Second Ezra chapter 13, just to show you, Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osea the king, whom Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they will leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, so-called New World, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river, for the Most High, and the Most High has a name. His name is Yahweh. Means he is, he exists. Yeah, he, Howah, is to be. He is, he exists. Then Yahweh showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Arsareth. Okay. Okay. Arsareth is not officially recognized as America. All right. Arsareth on the Jewish, that's what AI says, right? AI overview. What does the Jewish encyclopedia say? It says the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Yasha'Allah will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of restoration, according to Roman numeral 4, Esdras 13. 10 is X is 10, and you got the 3 I's. The I before the V is 4. And why do we need to know Roman numerals? All right, because these are the Edomites. Verse 45. Columbus identified America with this land. So Christopher Columbus, on this encyclopedia, right, on the Jewish encyclopedia. That's why you don't need to be protesting and stomping up and down the street and marching and chanting. All right, let the Heavenly Father do what the Heavenly Father does. All right, the Jewish people are doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing a great job of what they're supposed to do. Right. So I'll never be marching up and down the streets and chanting and none of that stuff until Yahweh Shai comes. So Columbus identified America with this land. Right. C. K. Serling's Christopher Columbus, translated by Dr. C. Gross, page 15. Right? So, with that being said, let me bookmark that. And See where they left off. I don't even know how long it's been going. Goodness gracious. And he's still pumped up. He is hopping mad. I'm not mad, but of course, this is our people. This is our story.
Crisis has stretched well beyond France. Scientists describe.
But guess what though? Miserable are all those that afflicted thee. Alright? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is lighting a Roman candle. Alright? Light that Roman candle. Let's get that real quick. Let's get this real quick. The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. All right, you about to you rejoiced at our fall of our ancestors. All right, all 12 tribes. All right, all of our forefathers, 12 sons, their posterity. You rejoiced at the downfall of them. All right, Psalms 83 says, y'all. Let's get it real quick. Look what y'all done to the people. Psalms 83. The book of Psalms, chapter. Matter of fact, look at what y'all done to the people. I might show a little bit of that. Psalms 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. So the Heavenly Father has enemies. Right? That's why they pretend to act like they like God and care about God, but they're really enemies of God. Verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee, they really hate God. They say that they love God, but they don't ever want to say his name. Right? The so-called Native Americans was like, everybody knows that the chant sounds something like that. And the Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh. Okay? In the Israelites over here, the Northern Kingdom, the 10 tribes, they was wearing fringes. Or you can see on paintings, there was fringes on their garments. Right, for that, see now I might just wait a minute. I might have to show that too. But they have, matter of fact, this was hour and 40 something minutes. Ain't no telling what I could pull from there and make a different video. But verse 3, right? Verse 2, the Heavenly Father has enemies. And they hate him. They lifted up the head. Right? They think that they're God. They think that they can replace everything that was created, that they got a better solution. And it's in a pill, or it's in a shot, or it's in a just do this, just do that, just call on Jesus, or call on Christ, or believe in Muhammad. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against our people, and that's how they did it, giving us all these different things to call on, and all these different foods and drugs administered, all different types of ways to spiritually disconnect us with the Heavenly Father. Right? There's certain dietary things we're not supposed to eat. For example, right? They've consulted against our hidden ones. Right? We don't know who we are. They have said, come and let it, as far as the whole nation, we don't know. People are confused. Black Israelites, black Hebrews, they don't know what to say. Israelites, Jewish, the real Jews, the fake Jews, they don't know what to say. Right? Because the truth has been hidden. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Why? Deuteronomy 7 and 6 comes to mind. They ain't like that. Right? Everybody wants to be chosen. Who don't want to be chosen? unless you just come to, unless you just been beat down by Babylon the Great and don't have hope, then you just want to just eat your last meal and just croak. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That's why they keep calling California Mexicans, what? They keep changing names and always changing the names. And Negroes, Black, Native Americans, Indians, they don't know what to call. They can't decide how to keep us hidden. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. They're confederate against the Heavenly Father. They don't like how he favors us. Who? Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites. All right, Esau, Edom is a so-called white man. The Ishmaelites, Arabs, Moab, Chinese, Hagarenes, Africa, Africans, because you know it's about 50 countries. It's 101 Dalmatians and 102 countries in Africa. The tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon. Ammon is the so-called tiny tops. All right, the ones that want to be us, but they're complete demons. All right, always bombing 252, 352, 454. Every hour dropping bombs somewhere in the world, setting fires all over the place. They like seeing things blow up and catch on fire and all types of other unsanitary sexual things. Right? Gotta hide you're supposed to burn all the sheep. You can't even take back no sheep. You can't even take the sheep back. You gotta kill the sheep because the sheep are defiled. Right? Thinking of King Saul. The Philistines, all right, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. All right, now Lot goes back to Sodom and Gomorrah. The children of Lot is Moab and Moab and what is his name? I was about to say Moab and China. Moab and God damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's like Ammon. It's like it. Ammon. Let me double check that real quick. What was Moab's brother? That was a half brother. Moab, Ammonites, yeah. Anyway, so the Heavenly Father is judging these people back. The Heavenly Father is going to judge Moab, Ammon, the Chinese, the Asians. He's going to judge these people in his website. He's going to judge, let me see, let's get some more scriptures. All right, that's why the world is being punished as it is right now. Baruch chapter 4, verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Let's look at them being miserable.
1,000 people dead in 4 days. The hottest day France has ever recorded. The Eiffel Tower closing its own doors against the heat. A football player drowned trying to cool off in the river. Scientists say nights this hot are now 100 times more likely than 20 years ago. The sky itself has turned into a weapon.
Call on Yahabashim Yahushua. They never give the Heavenly Father the credit. They hate God. They don't want to say God has turned the sky into a weapon. They don't want to say God has turned the ground underneath their feet into a weapon and it killed 50,000 people like they did out, what was that, Pakistan, whatever that was, that big, whatever that earthquake, whatever, 50,000, one day. All right, 2 seconds of shaking. I mean, not 2 seconds of shaking, but you know what I mean.
France's record-breaking heatwave has claimed close to 1,000 lives, with health officials warning the toll is far from final. Public Health France said in a
All right, the health official said the Heavenly Father ain't done yet. All right, it's not the Son, it's the Heavenly Father. All right, matter of fact, the Son run at his command. Raceth across the sky at his command. Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verse 2. Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verse 1. The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with his glorious shew. All right, and the stars are beautiful when you can see them without all this light pollution. All right, so in the daytime is beautiful in the heavens. Verse 2, the sun when it appeareth, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument. So the sun is an instrument. Let's see something real quick. Well, we know what the sun does. So I don't need to ask a stupid question as far as like what's all the benefits, but it's a lot more that we don't know of the benefits of the sun. All right, instrument, musical instrument, mechanical apparatus for producing musical sounds. All right, the word in Germanic language also means, let me see, apparatus, furniture, ornament, dress, embellishment, a commission, authorization, a document from instrury. All right? So the sun is an instrument to the Heavenly Father. Wait a minute. And he, what's that word? It has the authorization to burn the hell up out of all these people and 1,000 people.
a statement on June 28th that around 1,000 excess deaths had been recorded since June 24th, compared with
4 days, 1,000, because it's hot. Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verse 2, the sun when it appeareth, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. So if they said the sun did it, then the Most High did it. Let's go back, and then I got something else to show.
warning the toll is far from final, 100 times more likely than 20 years ago. 1,000 people.
We ain't got to hear us say it again, to be honest with you. Where is it at? This is...
I'm gonna show y'all how I trade in 60 seconds or less. All right, so step one, what you're gonna wanna do is find your daily bias. So you wanna find your...
With y'all. Plastic bag. If these videos aren't proof that the world is lost, I don't know what is.
I just quit my job at Dollar General. Walked out to...
The world is lost. All right, so they conquered the world. And the world is lost. So what's wrong with the leadership? As is the king, so are the people. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. All right, and these people can't judge. They're not righteous judges. They say they ain't do nothing wrong, and everybody else did something wrong because they ain't following the rules of the people that just killed everybody and said, this is our place now. Follow our rules. Nah, you're doing wrong. You gotta go to jail. You're doing wrong. You gotta pay a fine. You're doing wrong. You gotta live in a storage unit with your pregnant woman. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So Trump about to turn everybody into his mind frame.
If these videos aren't proof that the world is lost, I don't know what is.
I just quit my job at Dollar General. Walked out, turned in my keys. Didn't look back. Let's talk about it. When I tell you that is the shittiest company, the shittiest job I was a stripper for 4 years. This job was shittier and more stressful.
Let me go ahead and add that to the list of where former strippers work. Dollar General.
I don't know what's going on here.
Shittier and more stressful.
Let me go ahead and add that to the list of where former strippers work. Dollar General.
I don't know what's going on here, but look at this. Look at this. Yeah.
You kidding
Yeah.
me? Mm-hmm. What in the...
Yeah.
This miserable are they that afflicted thee. Now you got to live amongst these people. All right, now you got to live in a country amongst these people. And it's hot. And flash floods everywhere, earthquakes everywhere, blazing wildfires everywhere. Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. In that day shall the Lord Yahweh defend all inhabitants of Jerusalem. Now, the video started with the California Mexicans or something like that, some byword, as the prophecy in Deuteronomy chapter 28 says, that we should be called a proverb and a byword if we turn away from the Heavenly Father. And that's why we're called all these different names. But the California Mexicans, they were so-called dispersed or displaced and all of that, right? So you gotta, wherever city you're from, if your city was conquered and went through what our ancestors went through, you gotta understand that the children are scattered all over because they were conquered. All right? So it doesn't matter if we still in Jerusalem or not. The Lord is still gonna defend, all right, the elect men, women, and children according to prophecy. But 2/3 shall be cut off and die according to prophecy, right? And they'll come back in the kingdom through reincarnation, and they'll be in their right mind. If they're Israelite or other nations are going into captivity, right? That's the law. So Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8, in that day shall the Lord Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, shall be as King David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. All right, so the Heavenly Father is going to have to protect the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the days ahead. Verse 9, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. So Psalms 83, all the nations that came against Jerusalem, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to cut the power off on y'all, what do you call it, your bright lights in your world. It's going to cut the power off on your world. And you're going to be under subjection to the Heavenly Father through his only begotten Son and King David and 144,000. And the whole nation of Israel as well. Every man, woman, and child will be over you, will be above you. All right? Everything that we went through, the what you call it, the so-called California Indians, the so-called Native Americans, the so-called Seminole Indians, the so-called Argentinians, the so-called Venezuelans, the so-called Caribbeans, all of them. Whether they speak Creole, Latin, or French, or European, or whatever, British, or American, because y'all all split us up. Matter of fact, let me show this.
Grocery store just opened up. But I do believe it's Asian owned, y'all. I do believe it's Asian owned, y'all. I do believe it's Asian owned, y'all.
Baby, the Asian-owned grocery store is the least of your problems. Do you not realize you got a plastic bag covering your head walking around in the street?
I think it's Asian owned, y'all. I do think that.
Let me see if I can...
Now, see, you can't pay these so-called commentators mind because they wasn't acting like this before they got on YouTube. Now they all of a sudden they got a personality. Now all of a sudden they Mr. Funny Man, or they just Mr. Smart Mouth and all that. Like, but anyway.
Find something of her showing what's underneath the damn plastic bag.
This is an attack on us. I mean, if y'all don't know this by now, y'all should know this by now. And I'm not giving into no negative propaganda.
Oh, hell no. After my last experience.
All right. Negative propaganda is you think is someone telling you that you could, I ain't even gonna talk about that. You're here. That you could do whatever you want to do, be what you want to be. All right, and you could just pray on Jesus and be black, and that's you're black with green hair. Like that's negative propaganda. All right, it's negative to your spirit, it's negative to your hair, and it's negative to See, this is why Esau Edom gotta go. This is why Babylon gotta go. All nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Right?
There's no more green hair women. As a matter of fact, I don't think I'm gonna talk to any more women on my platforms. My God. Oh, now speaking of hair, look at this head. What in the hell? Baby, did your mama and daddy sleep with a cheetah, leopard, or what?
Bitch, shut the fuck up. That's why your mouth stink.
Beep, get the fuck off. Dạ rồi không nhớ. Beep, get the fuck off. That's why your mouth stank.
Yeah.
I can't believe you now have Asian women teaching their mothers how to be ratchet. This world is gone.
I can't. Yeah, that made me think about 3 or 4 scriptures. Matter of fact, it's so many videos within videos within videos within videos in these little clips. But it's one particular one I wanted to play, and it's less than 3 minutes, but I don't know where it's at. Function!
What?
I want to break everything!
And look at your face. If it's this bad, the relationship is over. Get the hell on.
Bro, I said get the f out my house. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit, bro. Get the f out. What is all that fucking noise, bro? What the
Get them
f is all that
stairs.
noise? Get the f out. What?
You know they written. Just tearing the people's shit up.
Please do not hit my line if you're not willing to become so obsessed that you want to use my tampon as a tea bag. I need you to be committed to this bit in every way, shape, and form.
And Babylon gotta go. Hold on, because it's taking too long for me to find it. And there's just so many, it's like every video is like so many scriptures. It's just throwing me off. I feel overwhelmed, overloaded with scriptures right now. I got